Hello there and welcome back to another video, and we're going to be looking at Liverpool versus Leicester that played last night. I did do a preview for this video and completely forgot to press publish. My fault, but there was a preview on this one. And you know what? It was a different lineup to what I was thinking it was going to be. I thought we would get like Harvey Elliott in from the start and stuff like that. But hey, I totally agree with the lineup that we put out. And I thought it was really, really good just in general. Thought it was a really good... just a really good game just in general. It was competitive for a lot of it as well. Leicester put up a bit more of a fight than I was expecting, considering that I did watch, I think I at least watched the highlights of Nottingham versus Leicester, but it doesn't go that way when it comes for Leicester playing against the bigger teams. They always tend to try and show up anyway, but it didn't happen for them this time, and Liverpool got the job done with 2 Diogo Jota goals as well. First goal for Diogo Jota was very, very good. Nice delivery from Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, bullet header, comes off the keeper, makes a good save. But Jota is just there. He's always in the right position. Jota's on fire right now, and we've got to harness this fire as well, because he's just in the right place. A great one right into the back of the net as well to make it 1-0 in the first half as well. In the second half, we're looking at the 87th minute. It's really good build-up play, right? And you got to look at Fabinho in this instance as well. Fabinho is a fantastic footballer. We know that. He's a brilliant defensive player as well. But crucially, Fabinho wins the ball back in possession, gets that ball back high up the pitch, which is obviously a great characteristic of Liverpool's playing style. And he wins the ball back quite high up the pitch, and then it's able to get passed through. I don't think it was Fabinho. It might have been passed to someone else, but passed to, sorry, I don't think it was Fabinho that made the pass. It was someone else made the pass to Joel Matip, who just instinctively side foots it, I think with maybe like the outside of his right boot or something like that, into the path of Jota, and he just lets it run, adjusts his own run, and slots it into the back of the net as well to make it 2-0 in the end. But overall, I was very pleased with everybody's performance. Now, all eyes were on Luis Diaz, and while he didn't get an assist and he didn't get a goal, he was close on a couple of occasions. I think I can speak for at least the vast majority of people and say it was an impressive performance. It was an impressive performance that I felt warranted at least an assist or at least a goal or something like that. Anyway, you know, I don't want to get drawn into comparisons with Luis Suarez, because I don't enjoy Luis Suarez anymore. He was great when he was with us. I hated the way he left, and I'm never going to forgive that. So, and Luis Diaz is his own player. He's his own man, and he should be allowed to be recognised as that as well. But I understand the excitement over someone like Luis Diaz and what he will bring to Liverpool as well. The speed that he has. But it's not just his speed in terms of running speed. His speed of thought, his speed of being able to switch positions, or being able to, the way he moves his feet as well is very, and it just seems his decision making is actually already pretty good and on display for Liverpool already. And I think you're going to get a lot of good combinations now between Diaz, Jota, Mane, Salah, anybody else that plays up front, whether it be Minamino, maybe Origi at some point. Harvey Elliott can obviously play in there as well. I think there's going to be a lot of, you know, good rotation between those guys, not just in terms of like on the bench and on the pitch, but also rotating positions, because we saw that last night with Luis Diaz at some times, especially in the second half, occupying that middle part of the front three as well. I'm going to take you through the lineup that we put out last night. We had Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Matip and Van Dijk, and Robertson in the left-back position. Side note as well, Robertson played a hell of a game as well, as did the whole defence as well. But in terms of attacking, Robertson and Trent, both of them very, very good. But Robertson he was so dangerous all night long. In the midfield, we started with Fabinho, Thiago and Curtis Jones, and that was a really lovely midfield. It has so many different characteristics from all 3 players, and they just complemented each other really, really, really well. And then in the front line, we had Jota on the right hand side, Firmino and Luis Diaz as well. Now, the substitutions that were made in this game, we did have Minamino came on last. It was like 90th minute. Sort of made, you know, he came on for Luis Diaz. Basically for Diaz to get a good, big old, well-deserved round of applause from everybody in the stadium. And it was very, very well-deserved as well. Harvey Elliott came on for Curtis Jones in the 60th minute. And Salah came on for Bobby Firmino in the 60th minute as well. And I will tell you now, if there is a positive to take from Salah not winning the African Cup of Nations, it is the fact that he's come back to Liverpool and he looks like a man possessed. The fact that Salah didn't score last night, it's probably lit that fire even more because he was so close on so many times. Threw one-on-one with Schmeichel at one point, tried to take it with his right foot over the keeper, didn't make it. Looked like he got injured at one point, which was a massive worry. I think he'd pretty much just come on the pitch maybe 5 minutes before, and it looked like he was down with an injury, and you're just thinking, don't do this. He's just come back from the African Cup of Nations. Can we please just at least have a fit and healthy Mohamed Salah? But honestly, you know, he curled one and hit the bar like it was a hell of a shot. He was just, when he came on and he had 30 minutes to play with, he played those 30 minutes like they were the last minutes he was going to play football ever. And that is a positive for Liverpool fans. I'm not saying it's necessarily a positive for Salah, but I assume it will be eventually. But I genuinely believe, because there were some people that were saying that Salah should win and Egypt should win the African Cup of Nations and you'll get the best out of both players, of Salah and Mane. I actually think it's going to work the other way around. Now that Mane and Senegal won the African Cup of Nations, and I think Mane won the player of the tournament as well, now we've got an extremely on fire Salah ready to come prove a point and probably win everything that he can that is possible with Liverpool this season. And then you're going to get Mane, who has been suffering with confidence issues and also performance issues in some ways as well. Hasn't been performing at his level that we are accustomed to and probably that he's accustomed to as well. Well, now he's gone and become player of the tournament and won Senegal's first ever African Cup of Nations title, or, you know, cup, whatever it might be, trophy. That's the word we're looking for. Now, are we going to get a reinvigorated Sadio Mane alongside an on-fire Mohamed Salah with the likes of Luis Diaz, Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota, Harvey Elliott as well coming back? And I tell you now, Harvey Elliott, since he's come back into to Liverpool, since he's come back fit, that man has just looked so sharp, so agile, so free-flowing on the pitch. And you know what I'm really pleased about as well? I'm really pleased we managed to keep a clean sheet, because Leicester did have their chances. Stats are not the be-all and end-all. They only had 5 shots, 1 on target, where we had 22 and 11 on target. 11 on target, Jesus Christ. I didn't realise we had that many on target. Normally, we have about 22 shots and about 3 on target, but that's impressive. That's impressive. I wish a few more had gone in though. But you can't argue with getting a 2-0 win against Leicester. I realise it's not the Leicester of previous seasons as well. They are sat currently, they are 12th. Oh, wow, 12th. Didn't realise that things were that bad for Leicester. They are now keeping company with Palace and Brentford and Leeds. Anyway, that's a subject for Leicester fans to debate about them and Brendan Rodgers and all that sort of stuff. But even so, Leicester can prove to be a dangerous team. They were dangerous to us when I think we played them on the 28th of December. I think we had a goal disallowed in that game, and then they scored 1-0, and it finished 1-0 to Leicester. We lost to that team as well. They're struggling at the moment. They're not in a good moment. They've been knocked out the cup in, I don't want to say embarrassing fashion, but that's actually what Brendan Rodgers said. They were embarrassed by Nottingham Forest 4-1 in the cup as well. They were totally outclassed. Now, they had moments in this game, and it could be because of how Liverpool play, how we play, because we do leave things quite open sometimes. We do leave things where we're going to attack the hell out of you, and we're not necessarily going to prioritise defence, but that's where players like your Fabinhos are so important. When someone played a ball in behind Trent Alexander-Arnold, I don't know the Leicester player who was running in to try and get a cross across. But obviously, there's a bit of a gap. Say you got Trent over here, you got the Leicester player coming in here, and the defender's over here. Well, Fabinho's tracking back, and he makes a very vital interception as well. And he was doing that all night. He was making vital interceptions without really giving away too many fouls. And that was absolutely brilliant from Fabinho. That's exactly what I love about Fabinho. I love every single one of our players. I don't care. I do. I love all of our players. And I'm very, very pleased with that result. Now, in terms of standings for us, it still means that we're 9 points behind Manchester City. That's not something that we need to be focusing on, though. And I'm taking that sort of mentality from, you know, I think maybe Jurgen Klopp as well. Klopp has turned around and said, we haven't got Man City on their toes just yet. We haven't. There's 9 points between us. At best, if we all win out all of our games remaining, we'd finish the season 6 points behind Man City. So they wouldn't really have a need to get out of their seat to be like, oh, we need to be worried. But we need to be there in and around that sort of area and make sure that we can stay as close to Man City, that in case they do have a very, very rare and unpredictable slip-up of any sort, that Liverpool are ready to maybe take that first spot. That's what we could do, but we need to focus on ourselves as well and focus on the fact that we're still in every other competition. Like, I think this is the latest stage of a season, I think, under Klopp, where we've been in all the competitions still. You know, we're still active in the Carabao Cup, still active in the FA Cup, still active in the Champions League, and obviously still competing in the Premier League as well. I don't think right now, hang on, touch wood, I don't think right now, touch wood as I just did then, we don't look like in a better position in terms of squad depth, where we could play, you know, a little bit of a different 11 and have good quality in all areas in a cup game and come back and do a Premier League game or come back and do a Champions League game. I think we are quite, you know, we're not as stacked as like a Man City, but no one else is, you know, no one has 2 starting 11s that they could and be equally as strong. No one else is apart from City, but we are probably at our strongest in terms of a whole squad than I remember us ever being. So we're in a good position here. We're in a good place, and I'm really, really happy with how we're playing, how we're creating, how we're scoring. Jota is absolutely at the forefront of everything right now, but I expect that also to be Salah now that he's back with us and so adamant to play. I'm loving that mentality. Mane, I believe, comes back today, Friday. He's meant to be back in training on Friday, Klopp has said. So we're going to have, you know, the full breadth of options despite any injuries that we might get. We're in such a complete, like, different position to where we were at this time last year, you know, and that's all I keep thinking about. Like, last year was just like one of those seasons. How we finished third, I have no idea, but we did get there. I think we can do better this year. Whether we win the title or not, it totally now depends on Manchester City. But it's game by game, and game by game right now is pleasing. It's good, you know. And I'm feeling good about Liverpool, and I hope that all of you guys are feeling good about Liverpool as well. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend as well. I do believe. Let me just have a quick look up here because I need to make sure. 13th of February, so we will be playing on Sunday. 13th of February, we play Burnley. And you know what, I watched that performance that Burnley put in against Man United, and it was a good performance, especially second half. That Wout Weghorst, or Weghorst, whatever his name is, hell of a pass, absolutely turned Harry Maguire. Obviously, Liverpool don't have a Harry Maguire, thank God. Anyway, but even so, it's Burnley. You know, it's Burnley. I think we played Burnley like quite close to the start of the season this year. I think we beat them 2-0. It's Burnley. They're a difficult team. They're going to be trying to do their best to... Oh, God, they're rooted to the bottom of the table. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be one of those games that we have to absolutely go hell for leather against Burnley. But look, we're going to cover that at another date, another time. I'll get a preview out and stuff like that for you guys as well. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go for a good old walk around, get some fresh air, and I'll try and enjoy the rest of my weekend as well. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Thank you once again for watching. Do take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later.